All right, Active Rain, welcome back. In this episode of the Q's and the A's with the Silent Partner Marketing, I'm getting a haircut. Welcome to our office here at the Silent Partner Marketing, our Innovation and Libation Lab. Today we've got Michael Anthony, our biker stylist, joining us, and we're going to dive right into your questions. Let's get to it. All right, Michelle out of Edison, New Jersey asks, what are some innovative ways that we can get our message utilizing social media in front of our target demographic? Michelle, this is exactly how Michael Anthony of Michael Anthony's Hair Salon in Farmington, Connecticut ended up here on location with us. Michael Anthony implemented an Instagram strategy. In the barbershop, you take a picture or a video while Michael Anthony is cutting your hair or before or after. You tag Michael Anthony in it on Instagram or on Snapchat. You upload it, and Michael Anthony takes $1 off of your haircut and then once a month selects a random person to receive a free haircut. Pretty good, huh? So the question about utilizing social media in an innovative way is answered very simply. Think about the target demographic that you have and think about how to reach them. In Michael Anthony's case, it's people who need haircuts. So Michael Anthony found that many people were utilizing Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. So what he did was he implemented and rolled out a strategy to get the right message to the right person at the right time. So he's taking advantage of the fact that people are already in his location and those people have lots of friends and family and other followers, and he's essentially catapulting off of their following to get his message and brand out there. And Michael Anthony, it costs you what, $1 every time someone does it?
Correct.
Pretty good investment?
Very good investment.
All right, let's jump into our second question from Debbie.
Hi Kyle, it's Debbie Gartner, the flooring girl. Hope this comes out all right. My question to you today is about Facebook dark posts. I've been experimenting with those. My objective actually has been to generate leads, which doesn't seem to be doing much of that right now, but wanted to understand from you what you thought would be a good benchmark for cost per click, how to think about all this. I've done various different types, including boosting some of my posts, doing true dark posts, doing ones that were just straight, calls to action, as well as just blog posts. I got some of them down to around 44 cents a click, others were more. I did a Facebook lookalike group of past customers, got it down to 30 cents a click, so that seemed to be better. Out of all of this experimenting, I've only gotten one lead, so I'm just not quite sure how to think about that and what a good benchmark would be, or what a good benchmark for my type of business would be, or does this just not make sense for my type of business, as there may be other things I can do that may be a better use of my time. Would love your perspective. Thanks. Bye.
All right, Debbie, great question. As you know, I love Facebook dark posts. We're overseeing massive spends on there because it works and it works beautifully, but it's not easy to execute. First of all, I want you to focus a little bit less on the cost per click. I want you to think about it like this. I'd be willing, if I were in your shoes, to spend a little bit more per click if I were getting stronger conversions or if I were effectively hitting my target demographic. So instead of being as focused on cost per click, I want you to instead focus on your relevancy score. When you're looking at your metrics and your measurement, look off to the right-hand side, right past the CPC on there, and you're going to see a relevancy score. I want you to see that relevancy score closer to an 8 or a 9, or a 10 is a little bit tough to come by, but bump up that relevancy score, and here's how you're going to do that. You're going to bump up that relevancy score by targeting consumers a little bit more effectively so that you're seeing higher conversion rates, at least in terms of click-through. So one trick to be able to do that, you've probably already played with custom audiences and you've probably already imported your customer database and started targeting them. Well, not just lookalike audiences, but I want you to really drill down here. I want you to drill down to people who have moved to within 10 miles, who have been searching for home improvement products or services, and people who have purchased a home in the last 1 to 3 years. Drill down like that. That's tip number one. Tip number two, Debbie, I want you to also keep in mind some ways that you can utilize video. If you could utilize video as part of these dark posts, 15-second clips. I don't want to see you go any longer than 30 seconds, but 15-second clips drive people over to the website to learn more. And I want you to start creating an audience and drip marketing on them. So don't think of the conversion just as somebody who purchases right now, but think about the conversion as someone that maybe signs up for your newsletter so you can continue to drip market on them and nurture those relationships over time. Number 3, I want you to think about what kind of value you can add to them. That value could be as simple as click this link to see the top 5 things you need to know about hardwood floors before buying them. It could be check out 5 things new homeowners need to know about doing home improvements. Anything that's going to provide value. So if you stop focusing on the very short term of I need this lead to generate into a sale right now, and instead focus on how can I use that cost per click as a measure of bringing people over and drip marketing on them, that is going to be a great way to ensure your overall long-term success. Mark out of Houston now asks, what's the best time of day to post on Facebook so that we can get the engagement that we want? Mark, great question. Answer is whatever's going to work out best for you. Now that might sound like a really stupid answer, but your audience, your demographic is going to be very different from a lot of other businesses, a lot of other people, a lot of other individuals, locations. It's going to be depending on your demo, your geography. What you need to do to find out the most efficient time is test. Test the hell out of your audience. I want you posting the same types of posts, so just photos, morning, mid-morning, late morning, afternoon, evening, night, middle of the night. I want you to do the same thing with just straight up posts, no pictures, no check-ins, no promos, no videos. I want you to do some ABC testing with that and find what gets you that highest level of engagement. So you're gonna have to do some testing, you're gonna have to do some measurements. You know, there are certain stats that translate pretty true to a lot of industries. You may find, for example, that 11 a.m. for newsletters tends to work really well in terms of open and click-through rates. Not necessarily the case with Facebook. We find some of the highest levels of engagement are right before lunch on Facebook because people are kind of antsing and stop doing as much work as they should be doing. We find mid-afternoon, 2:30 to 3:30 works really well because people's lunchtime coma has kind of faded out a little bit. They need a boost of caffeine and they're looking forward to happy hour. And then we find typically on average Wednesday evenings around 8 o'clock work well. But again, it's going to depend on your geographic location and your demographic. So I hope that helps. I want to hear the results of the performance of your testing. And that's going to do it for our 3 questions. Make sure to send in your questions for the Q's and the A's with a not-so-silent partner. Shoot them over to me on my cell, 413-454-5364. Email them to kyle@thesilentpartnermarketing.com. Feel free to post them in the comments. Hit us up on Facebook. And we will see you guys here next time. Time for me to wrap up this haircut. Thanks a lot, Michael Anthony.